Well, hello, young and the restless daily recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Friday, April the 14th, 2023. Friday, April the 14th. Well, you know what? We did not have a too much happening, but it is definitely moving. It's definitely moving right along. We've got a continuation of this scene, that scene. Except Nick interrupts them. He's trying to open the door and he's like, Vic, are you in there? Oh, so now her and Nate are trying to get themselves together and get themselves buttoned up. And I'm like, that's why you should be in a room, folks. Victoria's pretending like, oh, after work, let's drink. And oops, this happened. Just say, look, work is done for the day. I've already booked our room at the GCAC because guess what? The Grand Phoenix is unavailable. I hate the fact that they're not showing that hotel because that GCAC is not attractive whatsoever, right? So anyway, they get themselves together. Vicky's hair's all over the place. And Nate gets his suit jacket back on and grabs his little briefcase. And Nick is looking at the two of them like, yeah, I know exactly what was happening in here. Because guess what, y'all? He did it enough times in Newman Media's office. Enough times. Yeah, he knows what was going on, right? When you look flustered and you finally come in. And Nate left. He told Victoria, oh, I know what was going on based on all the lipstick on Nate's neck. And I thought, ooh, I hope he doesn't, because he didn't mention it. I hope Nate don't go in the bathroom and see it and wipe it off because I want Elena to see it. Just like Nick saw it, I want Elena to see it. So Victoria said, I don't know what you mean. And he goes, oh, stop it, Vic. Don't even put, and as he's picking stuff off the floor, because they tried to put some stuff on the desk. So she's like, look, Nicholas, it's not nothing you haven't done, right? And when you were doing it, you told me to stay out of it, and I did. So I expect you to do the same. Stay out of it. In other words, because see, don't you be holier than thou with me. And he's like, but Vic, this could come back to haunt you. Remember the Ashland situation? She goes, this is completely different. And how dare you bring that up? You know, because Nick is thinking, I had to kill a man for you. Don't make me have to do another, but he wouldn't have to kill Nate, because Ashland was sinister. So what does Nick do? Nick goes to society, tracks Nate down, and gives Nate the third degree. And Nate says, I don't know what you're talking about. And he goes, oh, cut it. I just went through this with Victoria. We all know what I'm talking about. And Nate says, no, you've misunderstood. There's nothing going on. It's not what you think. How is you obviously having my sister on top of the desk? You guys all disheveled. And he told Victoria, what's with the button you missed buttoning back up, right? He goes, no, it's exactly what I think it is, Nate. And I figured you'd have to come here to regroup yourself before you go home to Elena. And Nate looks at him and he goes, I'm going to tell you this, Nate. I just want to make sure that you have no ulterior motive where my sister is concerned. I don't have an ulterior motive. Look, this is all about work. It's all about, I'm happy at Newman Media. I'm happy with the job. And no. And he goes, yeah, because I would hate to think what Elena would think, right? And Elena walks in and she's like, wait, think about what? Or she caught the end of it. And Nick, of course, didn't dime on him, but he said something, off the top of his head, and then he walked away, right? He walked away, and Elena's like, what was that all about? And Nate is looking like, oh no. But see, Elena's gonna pick up on a bunch of vibes, because Audra actually wanted Nick to go into the office right then and there, but Nick says, no, I got to go do some stuff in my office, and then I'm going to come back, to speak to Victoria. So Nick walks away, and Audra's like, good. Okay, this is getting good. And did everybody see the dress she was wearing? The way it swooped way up high in the front. And I thought, well, girl, your underwear show. It's like, that's a little not work related attire. That dress was a little too swoopish and everything else, but I don't care how swoopish it is. Nate's eyes are only for Victoria right now. Audra's gonna make sure they get busted by Elena. Watch, make sure of it. And then we have Mariah, Tessa and the baby are home. Cute little baby. And Mariah comes in first to the coffee house, and Sharon hugs her. Oh my God, wait, where's Tessa and the baby? And so she goes, they're out. She goes, I just wanted to come in to the coffee house, check out the environment. Excuse me, hope I don't have the hiccups, y'all. Check out the environment. Make sure it's not overcrowded. Make sure we don't have people coughing in here. And Sharon's like, just like a brand new mother, So she texts Tessa, okay, come on in. And Tessa brings the baby in. So good. They got that whole saga went well. I mean, I'm hoping there's no problem with any kind of situation, because sometimes we all know babies don't make it on soaps. I don't want to think about it, but let's hope, because it's time. Let them have this child. Let's deal with that, because let's face it, they don't show babies that much anyway. Seriously, they're goo gaga now. The next Tessa will be back on tour, Mariah will be back at work, and the baby will be mentioned. That's the way they do it in soaps. So as they're all just Googling over the baby, Sally is on the patio area, just looking in and smiling, because she's thinking, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have one of those soon. And then Adam comes up from behind, and he peeks over, and he goes, yeah, warms your heart, doesn't it? And he told Sally, soon enough, you're gonna have one like that too. And you'll know what that feeling is truly like. And she's like, she turned around and she's smiling, and she goes, oh yeah. So then they end up going in, and seeing the baby in person. And I was thinking, wait a minute, this is nighttime now. You mean to tell me Nick hasn't found Sally yet? Because Nick went from being with Summer, back to the office, which is why Audra said, I'm surprised to see you back here. And I was like, me too. Normally, you join at the hip with Sally, right? And he goes, no, there's some stuff I need to get done at work. And I'm thinking, since when? You act like you don't have a job. So then after he left Victoria, he went to society to find Nate. So I'm thinking, okay, still no going to find Sally? Okay, Nick. So maybe after this, we'll see him tracking Sally down. But Adam and Sally got to spend the whole day together. And they're actually very, very comfortable with each other. Sally is more at peace. It's like she doesn't have to be anybody but herself with Adam. She's actually very calm with Adam. With Nick, it's, this baby, I don't know this. What do I do next? Oh no. What about our relationship? It's all what? Oh wow. But with Adam, it's just easy. It's a matter of fact, right? They actually make the best couple, 100%, hands down. So let's see how this is going to progress. Let's see how this is going to progress. And last but not least, let's see. Because when Nick took Summer home, Summer, they're sitting on the couch, and Summer says Kyle's probably still at the police station with Diane. I guess she's going to be his priority now. And Kyle comes around. I guess he was upstairs. He goes, why would you say that? And she was like, Kyle, you're here. He goes, yeah. I wanted to check on you. I wanted to check on Harrison, and I wanted to check on you. And so Nick is like, well, okay, well, that's my cue. I'll leave you too. And that's when he left and went to the office. And Summer and Kyle talk, you know, and he's seeing how she is, but then she goes, how'd he go at the police station? And he's saying that, you know, they arraigned her. Jack and him were there when they arraigned her, but they wouldn't let them speak to her. But as Ray was walking her by, you know, he let her say she's okay, even though I don't think she is. They have to realize that she's innocent. And Summer's like, you still think that with the evidence? And he's like, yeah, there's something's not right. And so she goes, you just can't accept the fact that your mother did. Oh, you know, so now we're like, Summer and him have a divide, which of course, and I'm thinking, uh-oh, when Phyllis does come back, what are you going to say? Because let's be real, Diana's not going to be found guilty, right? So Summer will have a little egg on her face. But it's a situation to where if things were reversed and it was Diane that was dead and things were framed on Phyllis, which, oh, that was situation. Those situations were reversed years ago. Kyle would be the first to say, she's had it in for my mother from day one. You know, I mean, so Summer's reaction is a valid reaction because all the evidence is pointing at Diane. And Diane is no saint, no angel. So we shall see. So now we have, oh, Jack has the nerve to call Christine, who is in the district attorney's office, right? Trying to get her to get Diane released. She's like, oh, no, I can't do that. Nope, can't do that. Because I will be prosecuting this case. No, I will go where I guarantee you this. He goes, well, look into Start. It's Start. That's where you need to be focused. She goes, Jack, it doesn't work like that. You can't control this investigation. You can't tell me what to look at and what not to look at. The only thing I'm going to tell you is I'm going to follow the evidence wherever it may lead me. I can promise you that. Oh, he just knew he could get her to come there, sit down, and she gonna walk away doing his bidding. No, Jack, no. So he goes home. Summer's already upstairs. He's talking to Kyle. And Kyle's like, I feel like I'm caught in the middle between my wife and my mother. You know, I want to support them both and blah, blah, blah. And Jack's like, yeah, you are in a tight, sticky situation. Yep. But he said, no, he couldn't get Christine to budge. So that was that. And then we get Phyllis and Stark. Stark comes in pissed. And he goes, you were supposed to be gone. Why weren't you gone? And he goes, you are not going to mess things up for me. He's actually going to be manhandling Phyllis. You know, I'm not going to let you get away with this. And she's like, you don't know who you're messing with. She says, last I checked, yeah, I've done some things, but I've never spent any significant time in jail. Unlike you, who's the smart one, right? Because she's like, no, my children are going to forgive me. She was actually ready to go and just spill the beans, which I'm thinking, see, yet another ill thought out plan. How's that supposed to work? You allowed insurance money to be cashed, collected, and distributed. That's fraud. No, whoa. So he told her, he first was poking her in her chest, and then he patted his feet. He goes, you're supposed to be dead. And if you keep this up, oh, I will kill you. because he's thinking, and bottom line, who's gonna be looking for you? You could go dead today, and I'll have you, your body discarded, and everything will skip. Nobody will skip a beat because they already think you're dead. And so she's looking at him, and I thought, watch out, Stark. Want to know who's gonna end up dead? You are. Phyllis is gonna figure out a way. She's either gonna frame the MT for killing Stark. She's gonna say, watch, Stark, the last thing she remembers is falling out at the event, and the last thing she remembers is waking up in a hotel room. Stark is paying off this EMT, because see, the EMT did see her there, right? I'd be like, he was paying off this EMT, and I didn't know what was going on. He kept me hostage. He threatened to kill my family because the EMT was in and out. He had me tied up here, and I had to get the jump on him. And I killed him before he could go hurt my family. I don't know. I don't even remember an ambulance ride. See, my whole thing is I blacked out. I started feeling sick. After Diane and I married him. I was vulnerable, feeling vulnerable, right? But after Diane and I fought, Stark gave me something to drink to calm me down. See, frame him like there was no tomorrow. She doesn't even have to truly kill him. Frame him, knock him out, go from there. Either way, Phyllis is going to get out of it, and she is not going to end up being blamed. And I think that's because she's going to figure out a way to turn the tables onto Stark. And he don't know. He doesn't completely understand her cyber skills. He doesn't understand her killer instinct. And he doesn't truly understand how off-balanced Phyllis is. So this loose cannon, it's about to be on and popping. Because Phyllis is she will blow some things up. And Stark, in my opinion, is about to find out. Yes. So next week ought to be pretty good. They had some scenes, and I should have the scenes on my YouTube channel, because once they release them, I add the little clips from General Hospital and Young and the Restless. So if you're on the YouTube channel and you missed all the little clips, you just go, it's the playlist. It's on the playlist, and you'll see it. Tucker's mad, yelling at Ashley, talking about, I'm just going to sell my company and I'm leaving town. Okay, probably will sell it to Newman, leave town. She goes, are you threatening me? Because I guess he's going to tell her Devon is not buying it. And she's probably going to say, then you may, and he's like, no, it's done. So he can't make Devon buy his company. So we'll see what happens next week with that. That's going to be pretty good. That's what stuck out with me the most. Some other stuff, they showed a couple other things, but Ashley and Tucker stood out the most to me. So next week looks pretty good for the Young and the Restless. Let's go to Comment Corner. Sherry says, I'm glad Nick is being pulled away from Sally. Stark is going to kill Phyllis himself when he sees what a wild card she is. Nope. I think it's the other way around, Sherry. Stark is not much of a criminal mastermind. The EMT is no better than Phyllis. One of them is going to crack. Phyllis is going to get the better of Stark. She either is going to enlist the EMT to help her by blackmailing him, or she'll have the EMT taking some of the fall too. Right? So LaShunta says, Abby and Devon are growing on me. Vicky is thirsty, and both are snakes. She can't drink. She gets flirty. Audra's smiling. She's a snake too. I like when Summer put Diane on front. I know Danny sung a song. Diane gets arrested at the service. What's the end game? Kyle and Jack have a seat. Michael turned her down, but he will. I have a feeling Michael will cave too. Phyllis, OMG already. How you going to get out of this? This is going to be interesting. How are they going to help her get out of this? But she will. Annette says, hope Dom does get a little sister soon. Happy they are a family. So that's it for Comment Corner. Comment Corner. We'll be back on Monday to pick up where we left off on The Young and the Restless. Let's see how it slowly moves along next week. But that's The Young and the Restless, right? So I will see you then.